Swoop, no see nothing.
Welcome back to the Tiny Room Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the Newage H57T Freyr clear version. Well, let me be clear about this. It is called transparent. That's what T is for. But this is another one of the 6 different color variants or variants of their original take on Swoop, which is a fantastic mold. So I already know what we're in for with this. But it's transparent, it's clear, and there's some differences in this that I saw from the pictures that I just did not realize from the pictures. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to get into it, but this is a first for me because I've never bought a clear transformer on purpose before. I might have one somewhere, but the first time I've reviewed a clear one, so it's pretty cool, pretty fun. And Swoop is my favorite Dinobot of all of them. But I did get this at Shozy. I'm going to have a link down below. You can get yours, of course, TH reviewer code if you're interested in helping out the channel. But let's get in and take a look at it. Clear, transparent Freyr coming up. Alright, so this is the box. It does not look G1 at all. I'm wondering, maybe it's Diaclone or something that they try to copy or mimic, but here it is. And looking at it, yeah, it does have the blue chest, even though it's clear, but it's not reminiscent to me at all. It's still cool looking. I still like getting to see the figure in the package, even though you can barely see it. I guess it's packed in the alt mode. Alright, so here he is out of the package, and I'm a little surprised by a couple of things here. The first thing that surprised me was how non-translucent the wings are. So the wings themselves are actually kind of frosted, and I wasn't expecting a frosted look to it. And as you can see, like, the rest of it is pretty transparent throughout, not really frosted. Maybe the red is a little bit, but the rest of it feels pretty transparent except for that. Now, I didn't like that at first, but I did find something that is going to be good with the fact that they frosted those wings instead of leaving them really clear. And everyone does say that I've got to be careful with clear. I've actually never broken anything that's clear versus something that's not clear, so I don't really know if that's just a myth or if it's true. But looking at him, though, he does look pretty good. We get to see some blue paint on the eyes. We do have the clear red contrasting with, so it's gold, but it's sort of yellow, so all the gold is kind of yellow. We do have some different breakup. It's not just a clear lower leg, it is sort of a bit of a coloration to that. And then coming around to the back, you do have what looks like solid toes. So those, either they're clear and they're painted a little bit on the toes. So that's paint on the toes, paint on the lower legs. And yeah, it does look pretty cool. And I like this, the color breakup of this. It looks just right. I mean, I like how it has different clear color plastic to it. That works. But let me show you what I think is a good thing to have the frosted wings. I get this credit collection figure at Target. I said I wasn't going to, but it actually has a little light in it. And I was going to do some stuff with Crystar, but let's look at how well this lights up. I'm going to kill this big light back here. And it does reflect, because it has frosted wings, it reflects the light. So if you want to display it on something similar to this, not have the light messing with that. Now this credit collection thing only stays up for a little bit because it simulates the when you activate the bouncy pucks in Star Wars, but it's just enough for me to demonstrate here and not have to worry about, did I forget to leave it on? So it does capture, reflect the light. It looks pretty good. It's a pretty good effect if you like the clear. Of course, I did kind of get all this getting ready for a Crystar video. That's going to happen pretty soon. A Marvel Crystar when I get my Marvel Crystar in, but yeah, works. Just like with the regular version, you do have some missiles in the missile launchers. Now, I do want to point out, I'm sure there's a couple ways to put them on. Maybe there's multiple ways I could put them on there. But you can remove the missiles, and then you can connect the missile to one of these kind of fire trail looking like it's getting fired out of there. And you can do that with both of them. And yeah, it works. If that's the thing that you want to do, it does light up too. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's an option. It's a display option if you want it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good stuff that they included. Same as the original. And yeah, good stuff. Let's look at a little bit of the articulation in this mode before we move to the bot mode. Articulation starting with the wings. It comes packaged like this. So you can have the wings like that if you want to, or you can just get them longer if you want, and then you can go up and bring this down however you would like to get a bit of a wingspan to make it look like he's actually flapping his wings when he's flying, but we know he's just using his wings. It's kind of like a glider. He has jet propulsion. Is that how it goes? He has his beak goes up and down, side to side, and you can open the beak. So there's head articulation right there. And then to the back, not much going on with these feet, but you could probably, I remember if you could perch him, you'd have to get it just right, but you could perch him. It really does come down to getting everything just exactly positioned right, and he will stand. I had him standing. So yeah, that's the thing you can do if you want to do it. You can make him stand. Perch. Alright, so here he is in the bot mode, and that's the mode I particularly want the most, or like the most, and yeah, it looks good. Really looks good. Here's the funny part about it. Even though it's got a lot of translucent plastic on it, clear plastic on it, that it's not overwhelmingly transparent. It is colored with all the different colors on it. You have the blue, the sort of opaque clear, then you have kind of a gray clear going on, then you have like a black clear for the feet. This mode, you really do see the color breakups of the different colors of clear plastic they used overall, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Still, again, I'm surprised that the whites are white clear, not clear, which I guess I just didn't notice it from the pictures, but it does capture the light even better if you use it for a lighting option, which does work. Now, I do want to say that if this was your only one you got, it would still be a pretty cool looking Swoop on the shelf, and that's kind of when I think about where would you put your clear stuff, what would you do with it? Well, I'll show you what I'd do with it. Well, say I don't think that the light effect works as well in the bot mode, even though bot mode is what I anticipated to display it most with bot mode. I think it looks a little bit better. It captures the light better, in my opinion, in the alt mode. So, yeah, probably gets annoying to see that bottom light glaring up, but just kind of trying to show. In my mind, this is why people would want transparent, right? All right, so going through the motions, we're just going to go ahead and do the articulation, head side to side, up and down, and then of course you've got extra stuff because of the transformation he could do, but there's all that. Then shoulder goes out, double jointed shoulder past the 90, and then elbow straighten it out, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then you could spin this 360 on the shoulder if you wanted to. Hands actually have some articulation. The hands themselves don't articulate, but you can kind of go back and forth with them. And you can do up and down because of, well, not up, but down because of the transformation. And then we have some ab crunch, which you would have to move the beak to get deeper into the ab crunch, but magic square style ab crunch. Then you have the waist swivel, again, move the beak. This is actually something that like seekers would need something along the lines of this, or seekers like to split the cockpit or something if they want to get waist swivel. Then you have a hip flap, a clear hip flap, and this goes up to there and then back to, well, if you want to, you can go back that far. And then thigh swivel out to the side to there, and of course no ratchets on it. And then we have knee articulation, which it is double jointed, and you do kind of pull that one piece out, so getting it back in, this is like really tight versus the first one. So some of the points on this are even tighter than the first one. You have foot tiltage, ankle tiltage, but I like how everything's tight and it holds really well. Here's next to a blue-chested G1. I think it's a custom, actually. I got outbid on one years ago, an actual blue-chested one for $72, and I was shocked that somebody paid that much for it. So I bought the very next one that popped up, but I think it was a custom. Anyway, side by side with the G1. You know, Legends could be a G1 stand-in many, many cases. And here he is next to the Mech Fans Toys KO Oversize of, I believe, DX9. If I'm right on that, then I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And then their first take, their first one they put out was a cartoon version, which looks good. Okay, you can't go wrong with the first version. It is amazing. It looks fantastic. And even if you have this one here, it is pretty big. It sort of towers over like all of the other Legends Primes and stuff out there, so it makes sense. It works. Just to give you an idea, this Swoop is a little taller than the Magic Square Prime, which is probably a little taller than the Newage David. And with all of that, I think scale's fine. But in your mind's eye, do your Dinobots tower over Optimus Prime? They probably do. And I'm just retreading same ground I did in the first video, but I think it's very important. So their Grimlock, which looks phenomenal, it's an amazing looking Grimlock, is bigger than the Swoop and way bigger than Optimus Prime. And so all that feels right. It feels right. I wouldn't have mind Swoop being just a tad bit bigger, but it still all feels right in the end. So this is my look at the Newage H57T Freyr, their take on a transparent, T is for transparent version of Swoop. And I gotta say I like it. As my first transparent Transformer that I can remember getting, it's clear. And I think it looks really good. I think they did a lot of things really well. I was a little surprised by the non-transparent, so much transparent on the wings and how it was kind of clouded. And with that, it does capture the light a little bit better. And now that we're at the end, I can say it. The yellow sort of looks like a little bit of a urine yellow. I didn't want everyone thinking about that the whole review, but it looks a little bit like that. It's not gold. I don't know how you'd capture clear gold in the first place, but I think it's awesome. Again, I'm a little bit biased because Swoop's my favorite character when it comes to the Dinobots, and having a clear figure is just kind of fun. I've been having a bit of a clear kick lately, and you'll see that on the Crystar video, but I'm curious what you think about this guy. And definitely there's that blue one for $229. I don't know why, but I did get this at Show Z. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I got a link down below where you can go to Show Z and get one of these if you want while they still have in stock. Like, subscribe, and Todirum Hanger out.
Story. Good part, Cup. Tell Swoop good part. Okay.